The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Yes, I found a story, very ridiculous story. Sometimes I come from the other world, lastly tzedakah, to do tzedakah with us. The Eretz Ashkenaz in the Eretz Ashkenaz, I think that's Germany, whatever. There was a poor lady and she was going to collect tzedakah. She came to a shack, a broken down shack that had no windows. And half the door was broken. And the door was covered with rags. So she wanted to see, this lady was collecting tzedakah. She wanted to see what's going on inside. She came inside the shack, the broken down shack. She saw a woman with 4 children that was shaking from the cold. And they were starving. She couldn't believe that they're such poor Jews that they had no food and they're freezing and they're shaking and the neighbors don't even know about it. How could it be that no one's helping them? How come there be no Tmeim Chei Shabbos? She started going outside and screaming at the neighbors. You have to save these 5 people, the 4 children and their mother. So she met in the street a very well-dressed man. He was wearing gold glasses. And he had one of those watches on a gold chain, right, like in the old days. And he was very tall. But he had a short beard. So this man said to her, the poor lady that was yelling, what are you screaming about? I need a check. I'm going to write you a check. Take it to the bank, go to this and this bank, and cash the check. You'll get 10 gold coins, which is a lot of money in those days. Okay, Kasa Piska, he wrote a check. He signed it. Amalah, he said, run. Don't waste time. These people, they're starving. The kids are starving. He'll call the bank. She went to the bank. To the manager of the bank. But that's not Pitka. It was a big check. So she went to the manager and she gave him the check. But Pitka said, Retuva Mahajai. The signature was still wet. When she handed the manager the check, he fainted. Must have been a really big check. Okay. Take it, they brought a doctor, they brought him back. So the doctor said, what happened over here? Who was here that he fainted? The woman couldn't believe what she did. She gave the guy a check and he faints. She didn't know what happened. So the guy who woke up now, who had fainted, asked the lady, who gave you this check? When did he give it to you? He gave it to me 10 minutes ago. On this street. The Cyprus Kolini, she told him the whole story. Gold glasses, chain, watch on a chain, tall guy, nice looking. He asked him what he looked like. And she told him what he looked like. He fainted again. The doctor was still there. He heard the whole story. I'm in a bank. So he wanted to throw the poor lady out of the bank. You're making this guy faint. She said, well, I didn't do nothing. I gave him a check. I'm not leaving until you give me the money. He took my check. Either give me back my check or give me back my money. They brought back the president of the bank. He started to cry. Why are you crying? They asked the bank manager. The signature on this check is my father. And the writing on this check is my father. And it's already 10 days. He died 10 years ago. He was an unbelievable ish of chesed. He did kindness all the time. He was exactly what she described. It's exactly what he looked like. And it's exactly how he got dressed. And I cannot believe that Hashem sent him from the other world. And he's still doing good with Hashem's creations. And he came from the other world in order to do tzedakah. So it didn't make any sense. So they called the Rav of the town, and they said, "You got to tell the Rav over the story." So the bank manager asked the Talmud Chacham, Hey, you talking Shabbat? Could it be that they send people from the other world to do tzedakah? Amalehem, Tiftchu Sefer Zayar, open up the Sefer Zayar, V'tirukam Maisis Nefloim, and you'll see many stories, Shibam, Ma'olam Emesh U'Meitivin Esabriyos, that they come from the other world, and they do good with the Briyos. And I said to you a few weeks ago, that what you do in this world is what you do in that world.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org